everybody. Oh, okay, this is loud. Hello, everybody, and welcome to probably the final Fireside Chat, right? Live stream at the DNA Malaysia Kini hosted session at our the double events, right? It is the Smart City Expo KL 25 and MDX, Malaysia Digital Acceleration, hosted by MDEC. So I'm now here. This young man in front of me is Daren Tan, and he calls his company ALPHV Technologies a very young Accenture. So that itself tells you that he's got very, very high and aggressive and ambitious targets, but all the better, right? You got to reach for the moon. And if you fall short, maybe you get halfway. You're still in the stratosphere, right? Exactly, yeah. So I was just asking Daren, actually, when did he start his first gig? And he actually said it was while he was doing his master's. So what was the motivation or opportunity you saw there before I go into everything else that you're doing? But actually, maybe before that, let me just say that right now, ALPHV is a software development house, and they also run, very important, right, the largest tech developer community in the country, which is called Developer Kaki, very nice, localized name, right, with 62,000 tech professionals in the group. And his own expertise is varied, right? He's in software development, Gen AI, who isn't, right? Data science and tech talent. So we'll get to those later, but maybe first that little thing about what did you do as while you're studying masters, you saw opportunity to have a side gig.
So hi everyone, my name is Daren Tan. So a bit about my origin story. Back then when I was doing my masters under the TM grant, my masters...
TM meaning?
Telecom Malaysia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a scholarship under Telecom Malaysia. I was doing my masters in data science back then, because my ambitions was to become a data scientist, to build applications around AI and machine learning. And the only ticket to become a data scientist 9 years ago was to have either a master's or PhD.
Which 9 years ago, that high at the bar?
Yes, okay. Exactly. So nowadays things are different.
Yep.
But back then, and I was doing masters by research, things were very flexible back then. It gave me a lot of opportunities to experiment, attend hackathons, as well as to take up freelance projects. So I still remember the very first freelance tech project I've ever got was on mobile app development.
Oh, that was hot back then, yeah.
That was
hot and lucrative, okay?
Yeah, exactly. So the pay wasn't very much, but I really learned a lot from just developing a simple application. And not just the application itself, we need to also handle the backend API, server hosting, a whole end-to-end thing I got to learn when I was a master student.
Very good learning experience, yeah. Interesting. Okay, fine. So then you ended up launching ALPHV, which is what year? 2018?
2019, ALPHV Tech Labs.
Okay, ALPHV Tech Labs, okay. So that, but you actually, so you founded it with a vision, right, of shaping the digital future through innovation and education and community, which is why you've got, Kaki Developer, okay. Was there really a defining moment, right, that kind of convinced you Malaysia needed not just a better tech solution, but also a stronger developer ecosystem? Because it almost sounds like you've got like an NGO background, right, for you to think that way.
Not really. Actually, most people think that I'm more of a marketing background person, which is not true. I just really enjoy writing and sharing, in addition to having the technical expertise to share about it. So moving back to your question, what's the defining moment? I would say like why I started ALPHV. I see a lot of potential and needs in the demands of the market where they need a knowledgeable person, not just a salesperson to pitch them ideas, which might or might not materialize, and also a need where there's a lot of shitty apps up there in Malaysia. So my team and I, we want to build the most beautiful apps, the most scalable and intelligent systems that can help businesses to increase revenue, save costs, and to be ahead in their respective industries. As for the Developer Kaki, how it started is really through being at the right place at the right time. So as I mentioned earlier, I love sharing, I love writing. So I started off by writing not blogs, but short highlights of interesting articles, interesting news I came across. And then...
So you like comment on interesting news with your perspective, right?
Correct. Okay, and I created a Facebook group because in my friends list, nobody really knows what I'm talking about. Tech.
Oh, okay.
And I share in the group daily, and I've got like-minded people to join me together, and it grew to 62,000 strong today.
In how many years? 4 or 5 years?
Almost 6 years this year.
6 years, 62,000. It's all organic, right? There are no like bots or, guys from Timbuktu and all that, right?
Okay, if
not that Timbuktu doesn't have good tech talent, by the way.
From my last check, 2 weeks ago, it was about 53,000 Malaysians at least,
Wow.
7,000 from around the world.
And oh wow, it's a global community, man. Well done, fantastic, brilliant.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to another question. So a lot of people obviously still view technology adoption as an operational expense rather than a driver of growth, right? So what strategies have you found are most effective in helping leaders to see that different mindset?
So why most companies find that tech is an operational cost
Yes.
than an investment that can help
Growth
them
driver.
to grow or to save money in the future, right? It's because there's a lot of planning involved even before the project kickstarts.
A lot of what? Sorry.
Planning
Okay.
and customization involved.
Yeah, of course.
So for example, let's say the tech project, example, you spend $500,000 on it, it might not break even in the near term. Some people think that
they think it's a magic bullet, right? If invested X amount, I want to see double that in X half the time, maybe, right?
Correct. So all these expectations needs to be managed and set way before we actually kickstart the project.
Okay.
Other than that, like these days with all the AI hype, every CEO in the world wants AI in their company, right? But some people did not actually realize that the cost of running AI is might not be feasible in certain use cases and scenarios. So we actually help clients to understand their use cases, digest their documents, come up with cost estimation per run of the AI workflow, per run of the AI agent, how much it costs them, and how much money it may potentially save or incur to them.
So actually, it's not only the cost, right? It's also the time taken to prepare the company's data, right? To be AI readable also, right? They think it just happens magically. You put in spreadsheets and okay, all my data is given you. Send you 200 pages of faxes, right? You do your job. So it's not like that. Yeah. So it's a journey to educate them, right? And open up their eyes when they say, oh, but I read something different. You're telling me something very different, right?
Correct. So actually, as what you mentioned, it goes back to the principle of data science. Garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah, you know that.
Correct. So data scientists spend, it's not a myth that data scientists spend 70% of their time in work to clean the data.
Grunt work, right? Yeah.
Grunt work,
although
exactly.
It's brain power, but it's still very...
It is.
Yeah. Unglamorous, unsexy work. Yeah.
Correct. So right now in the age of AI, data is more important than ever. Every company have AI sitting in their server, have data sitting in their server somewhere unutilized. So those data needs to be unlocked to unlock the value.
Understood. Okay. So it nicely leads to my next question about AI. Sits at the heart of what Alpha does. So from enterprise applications, right, to advanced analytics, which is your baby, I'm sure. I'm sure you're probably a chief data officer, although your card doesn't say that. And of course, Gen AI powered systems. So how are you using AI today, not only to help businesses, right, respond faster, but to anticipate opportunities and build future-ready capabilities? Wow. Tough sell, man.
Yes, indeed. So in terms of what we do from day to day, we help companies to build custom software development from SME to enterprise level. At the same time, we do consulting on data, AI, and technology, digitalization in future to help companies to digitalize their company. What use cases we've done for our clients? Mainly there's two. One is in the health industry.
By the way, clients are mostly in the Klang Valley or they're like out of the Klang Valley? So just
right now, majority of them are in Malaysia. I have clients in Klang Valley and Perak at the moment.
Okay.
But we really do hope to expand our Malaysia overseas one day.
Okay. Sorry, I cut you off. So
no worries. So the two industries where we help to apply generative AI into is firstly the health industry, and secondly is in the legal industry.
Legal
industry. So both of these industries involve a lot of paperwork. So let me start with the health industry client first. We were one of the early adopters, I would say, because we started all the way back in February 2024, which is a year and a half ago. The client came to us and said that, hey, Daren, you know those saliva report tests you give, like those circle DNA, 23andMe?
Yep.
Send to the lab gives us a multi-page report in Excel form. We need designers, human designers to transfer the results from those Excel sheets into beautifully designed Canva PDF manually.
Wow.
And that takes 4 weeks per report.
Talk about grunt work, man. Wow.
That is real grunt work. Humans can be used to do something else, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So what we did is we studied the entire processes, including the first part, the automation. The second part is the Gen AI part, where we learned that they have 4 doctors in-house, Western medicine, Chinese medicine, nutritionist, and sports science, to advise and write the summary report. We learn how did they write those reports day to day for the clients. And we train the AI with proper structured prompt engineering to mimic the way the doctors write, to prepare a draft in order for those 4 doctors to review.
Yeah, very important, right? It prepares the draft for the doctors to review. It doesn't just send it off as it's the gospel truth, right? Yeah,
correct,
super important.
So this system supports English, Malay, Chinese.
Oh, nice.
And it help the client.
Tamil not yet.
Tamil not yet lah.
Punjabi?
Not yet. So
I
sorry.
see,
Maybe in the future I'll tell my client about it.
Yes.
But it saved the time from 4 weeks to create one report down to 20 minutes.
30 minutes. Oh, wow. That's like magniful of like 80x, man, improvement easily.
Yes, exactly.
Incredible.
So that's one of the proud use cases I have. The second one is on the law industry.
Law, okay.
Yeah, you know how law involves a lot of paperwork.
Oh, absolutely. I've been to law offices. It's insane.
Correct. So when they receive the bank documents, right,
Yes.
they need people to read through piles of physical document and type in the system. Right? So we created a locally deployed AI solution, LLM.
This was this year or last year?
This year.
This year, okay.
So this is this year, totally offline solution, which can help the client to process those documents, PDF, extract values, unstructured data from unstructured data, which are paragraphs and paragraphs of bank statements, bank loans, and then insert them automatically in the system in order, in the end, to generate the sales and purchase agreement. So we automate the entire process. We try to cut down the time. Right now, it's still in development, POC level.
Oh, okay.
But in the future, it will be rolled out to much more users.
How much time can you save? Like you said, from 4 weeks, right, to 30 minutes, or how long will it?
That's for the health report generation. For this law firm process, I think at least we've identified from a 30 minutes to 40 minutes manual typing. It at least finishes in 3 to 5 minutes.
3 to 5 minutes. Oh, insane. Okay, fantastic. Okay, maybe then one quick one about if you could share one hard truth, Daren, right? As a business leader who believes digital disruption won't affect me, what would it be to that person who believes, hey, my company is too small, we're not going to be hacked, right? Disruption will not affect me. And I've been hearing about the threat of digital disruption for the last decade and a half, and yet I'm still here, right? Maybe revenue is lower, but I've reduced my costs. So, boleh lah cari makan. What do you tell to this person?
Okay, for this one, I will need to give you a real-life example.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so 9 years ago, about 9 years ago, 2016, I was sitting in the mama with my girlfriend then, my wife now.
Fantastic, congratulations.
She told me that, I was telling her that robots will replace cooks one day.
Robots will replace cooks, Wow, I hope not, man.
Yeah, then she said, cannot lah, cooks need to know all these recipes, need to know smell, taste, texture. There's so many things involved. I said, don't worry, one day the technology will be very rich enough to convert all these sensors into data. And true enough, 9 years later, it came true. We have fried eggs robot.
Oh,
we
in
have
China,
fried rice robots.
Fried rice robot. I hate you, fried rice robot.
But there's also even like even they have fine dining robots. So what fine dining robot do? You can insert recipes from famous cooks around the world, and it will do the end-to-end preparation of refilling the stocks, ordering ingredients from the commerce stores, to preparing chopping ingredients, to frying, to the final placements with precision, at scale, at low cost.
I so disagree with this, man.
So imagine that 9 years ago, things we thought weren't possible to be done is now done. And now things are starting to change. And if most business owners, like something unexpected, like Coke, you never thought you'd be replaced, right?
Yeah.
So it's replaced now. If you think you're not being disrupted, you will be disrupted one day. It's the matter of whether or not you're open to try and know the limitations of each technology. When cloud came around, when mobile came around, when big data, AI, all these trends came around, it's a fear in business owner, yes. But at the same time, we must be brave enough to go and explore, learn, keep up to date, know the pros and cons, the limitations and the bounds of how this technology can help you. And I can assure you, it will be disrupting every single industry you can think of.
Very good. So this is really a dangerous mindset to have. And you're doing your part to knock reality and cold hard sense into them, right? Okay, good luck with that. So maybe just to wrap up, right? Because we are sitting we're in the MDX portion of the summit, right? So, I mean, it shines a light on really both opportunities and risk in our digital economy, which is what I like, right? It's not just all rosy and positive. From your perspective, what must Malaysia prioritize with the budget coming up also, especially? You never know, somebody from EPU may be watching this clip later on, right? What should Malaysia prioritize in talent, innovation, or infrastructure, right? One of the three, not all three, because you only got 1 minute, right? To strengthen its digital resilience while keeping trust and growth in balance.
All right. So if I were to choose only one, that would be talent.
Talent, huh? Okay,
Education.
your background, of course, okay.
Education and talent. The reason for this is because...
By the way, you're a proud MMU alum, right? Yeah.
Yes,
and
I
the
am.
president was here earlier about 2 hours ago. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So you're a Permata
Dunia.
Dunia, right? That's the phrase MMU use for its alumni. I absolutely love it. So creative. Yeah.
So yeah, why I choose talent, right? Is because I also run a job listing platform.
Job listing. Okay.
Yeah, imagine JobStreet, but for tech talents. It's called Jobs by Kaki. Okay. And also slowly spun off recruitment house.
Recruitment house.
Yeah, called Alpha Recruit, which we only focus on tech talents.
Of course, that's your forte, what?
Correct. The demand and forecast that we see here is tech talent is in very short demand. And the root cause of this is because of STEM education.
Oh, okay. That's the root cause. Okay.
The root cause. So if anyone from the government is watching this, please invest in upskilling, uplifting the education, scale it more to the rural areas, to a wider area as well as the quality. And secondly, focus on inspiring more young generations to take up STEM in order for them to build up the pathway to become one of the digital talents in Malaysia.
Wow. Okay, very good. So that's a good positive note to end with, and a caution to parents out there, right? STEM is really the future. Although now, 3 years ago, Jack Ma from Alibaba said it's not STEM, it's STEAM. Because you need the arts. Because he said with AI coming in, technology, you need the human element, which is that X factor that AI will never have, right? Touch wood. Although now, I'm sure, please don't bother going to this high-end restaurant where it's run by a robot. There's no way it's going to be as delicious as you going to a kopitiam or one of our food stalls, okay? Okay, with that now, thank you very much for your time, Daren, for sharing. And we'll see you again at next year's MDX.